even in the papers earlier, we saw that NLC has already come to say the president is daring the people. But what are your thoughts? We'd like to open our phone lines early to understand what Nigerians are saying concerning the pronouncement of the subsidy, saying by the president during his speech. You can call us on the numbers on your screen, 091-390-76948. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. All right, so I was seeing a video, I think it was former Minister Fashola was trying to explain to Nigerians. There are two parts of this subsidy issue. Yeah. There is the announcement and there's the part of the policy. Mm-hmm. So where Nigerians are confusing it seems, is that they're making it look as if it's based on the president's inaugural speech. But whether we like it or not, subsidy has already been removed with or without his announcement. Yeah. And Nigerians must be able to make that distinction that the Buhari's government, before they left, had ensured that subsidy is not in the new budget. So by end of June, they announce so, they don't announce so, National Assembly cannot pay. So it's either the president even to say at all, he didn't mention it, just say let's go according to what is in the budget. Or the announcement has now caused panic buying. People are now trying to hoard, marketers are hoarding because of confusion. So it's a situation where we will still meet at the end of June. Either way. Now, NLC, as usual, will started complaining, and they will carry placard as expected. Now, the conversation is the new president ready for this engagement? When he says he will dialogue and not just pronounce on Nigerian people, what does he plan to do? So that's the conversation we'd like to have. What are your thoughts on this pronouncement? Is beyond, is more of a policy change, not so much of a pronouncement. What are your thoughts when people are saying, oh, because they're now buying fuel? It's been crazy in the last 24 hours. People are queuing and it just went crazy overnight. What are your thoughts?
I got into a heated argument with somebody over this. Like, the announcement shouldn't have been made. Everybody's panicking. Why would he be the one to remove the subsidy? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, have you been following up on the stories? Every day we sit here and we talk about how government has said there is no plan in the new budget of subsidy, that it was actually going to be ending in May. From June downwards, there's no money allocated for subsidy. I say it's a conversation we have been having. We had looked at all the options to see, if they remove subsidy, we're going to have to pay the price. The fuel will go up. You see, we're comparing even with diesel. Say, okay, diesel is not a regulated market. We see how it fluctuates up and down. The Nigerians will get to a point where we'll pay up to 600, 700, 800. We have had this conversation. But so let's not put it on him that he is the one that wants to remove subsidy, because they had made provision to remove the subsidy before his inaugural speech. Yeah. The only thing where I have a problem is the way he said it. Like that, is gone. And you know the way Nigerians are, and I will not blame anybody. If you're if you're a marketer or you are a business person, you would always want to protect your interest and yourself first. So when a marketer now hears that, the fuel I have, when it's finished, I will not be able to buy at the price I have bought. What do you expect them to do? So probably that announcement, just like that, shouldn't have been done like that. Probably you would say, okay, because I want to talk about this today in my speech, we are still looking at the options. See, leave Nigerians, they will understand later. We're still looking at the options. We're still going to have consultations, and I will let you know how we proceed on the subsidy. Maybe we will not have this panic buying, but we will not dodge it. We will still pay the price.
Let me go back to what you said about the speech, because I was at the event and I had the booklet of the speech. There was a whole paragraph on subsidy. There was no way in that paragraph said subsidy is gone.
He used his words.
He used his own words. So it's also a learning curve for the president. There are some certain things you can't just say, because it will have a ripple effect. So if he had just stuck to what that paragraph, because I read the paragraph. In fact, while he was speaking, I flipped through and said, I hope he's talking about subsidy. And I went to that paragraph and I saw how it was couched. Completely dumb. But he knew, he could feel the anticipation. He just said, subsidy is gone. Now, that in itself is heavy. And as a president, you should know that everything you say, even if you breathe a certain way, it can cause a lot of ripple effect. Go ahead.
So I was going to say that because I also looked at the speech. It really, it broke it down, and it explained that the funds or investment that's been used for subsidy will be better used in education, health, in ways that will cushion the effect of taking away the subsidy. So I saw that. But I also think it's a first day lesson for our president. Now he understands that every word that comes out of his mouth has a serious impact on the people. You know, on the one hand, it also sends a message that the people are thinking, okay, this person is a decisive person. And if he's decisive, what can I do quickly to protect myself? So that was the response that we got. But, you know, because we've had pronouncements before, we've had governments, administrations before, when they say something, we're like, yeah, they have said it, let us see if they will end up doing it. But this is his first day in the, you know, first day in office, first speech, and people are taking him seriously. So it means that, for me, I hope that the president understands that it means that people have given him something that the last administration lost towards the end, which is, we trust that what you are going to say, you're going to do. So even though that it's in the negative right now, it means that you have to be careful what you say, but people are now looking that whatever you decide to do, you're that sort of person that is decisive and will go about it. And hopefully it shows that you have the will, you know, to push on policies. But now concerning the repercussions or the way we have responded, the way we've responded, right, is for business people, I think is normal. Capitalist is out to make profit, and he's going to try and protect his investments and different ways. He will want to make, you know, he will just always look for situations where he will profit. But people are also calling on we the people. We need to understand that governance is about all of us. There is the president, there's the governor, there's that, and there's us as well. We need to all work together. If we put Nigerians in such a situation, we're deliberately hoarding petroleum. We're deliberately refusing to sell petroleum to Nigerians. We're deliberately causing fuel queues. Does that not show
break
that
it down,
our
Mariam?
own part
Let's break it down,
Mariam.
Mariam. Let's break it down a bit so we understand. So, for example, I'm selling this to you at 200 naira, right? Because you have made me sell it at 200 naira.
Yeah.
Then you announce that, I am no more giving you a subsidy. So instead of me to continue to sell, I'm saying, oh, there's a possibility I can actually sell this for 1,000 naira. This one, because you used to force me, right? So me as a marketer, instead of me to continue to sell until maybe something is documented and written and to me, by now quickly start selling that 1,000 naira because president has announced that is gone. So it's also with the people, as you've said. But I wanted to talk about...
That's one way to look at it.
That's one way to look at it.
Yes, I'm a business person and I know how this works. So I've done business before where I sold, and even when the dollar was rising against me, because I had the moral, what would I call it now? I wanted to be a good person. I sold those products at the prices that I bought them, and I made a loss. And I couldn't go back to the market because I didn't have enough money to continue that business, and that business flopped. Every businessman, it's your money, first of all. It's not, you didn't get loan, and even if you got loan, you're paying interest. So it's your money, it's your dream to do business and make money out of it. And that's why such announcements should not just be done blanketly. You must have talks with them to beg them, appeal to them. This is what we're going to do for now. Though we're removing this thing, but we're seeing Shebi Dangote is working right now. This is working. That will help you cushion the
I think
effect.
those conversations have been had with you.
No,
Thank you. Like, there's nothing the president wants to say now, and they've not heard. But I'll come to you. Wolabi from Egbeda has been holding for a minute. Good morning, Wolabi. Hello, you're live. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. For the fuel subsidy removal, I'm in support. But the way Mr. President played this thing is absolutely wrong. I'm sorry to use that word. Ever since the president is president-elect, if you notice 5 filling stations on your street, you will know that there's only one person that is selling fuel. They are waiting, patiently waiting. Immediately the president made the announcement, I just have to quickly drop down. I saw the lot of queue, less than 10 minutes. This is like a time bomb that people are waiting for, like, it's not just quick. Do you know, I bought this fuel for 500 naira per liter yesterday. I still have to pay 1,000 naira on my car. Now, the Aboki refused to buy dollars. That is yesterday's issue now. This is the kind of pronouncement you want to make, that we are still looking at the dollar rate that makes Mr. President said that is revealing this thing going downward. But you need to resume the office. Call the downstream and the upstream marketer. Have a talk with them. This is what is on ground, but not on the. At least almost all Nigerians are waiting on the speech of Mr. President that Monday. For you to make the pronouncement in front of us is just like rubbing it to our face.
All right.
You
Thank
need
you,
to
Mr.
get
Owolabi.
more.
So you're talking about that before his call came in, you know, the fact that people should have talks and dialogue, which is important.
Yes.
But I don't you feel that we've had a lot of these talks for so many years, even since Sanusi's time, Sunusi, we have been speaking about this conversation.
What do you now expect the marketers to do? To sell at the normal price and then get stranded, they are not able to buy? Because they are going to be selling at the new price rate. They are going to be selling at a loss. So you cannot get tired of having this conversation.
Okay, so a president has going to say something. We're not in an autocratic dispensation. This is a democracy. It's not just by what he says. It's about policy.
Yes.
So what the policy has been put in place, and it's going to end in June.
And they have been expecting it.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you that you're expecting it wasn't a surprise. Exactly.
But I don't know how to use the manner in which it dropped means that this has come to stay.
That's dictator now.
No, hold on now. This is now serious. He just dropped it like that. Oh yeah, let me protect myself. But what I would say is, in protecting yourself, we shouldn't go overboard. Okay. That's just the angle I'm going to
let Mariam jump in.
Yeah, you can just add a few things on top, not from 185 naira to 1,000 naira. No, that's outrageous.
Let me come to Mariam.
You know what? I think the reason why people took it so seriously, like I said, is because it's a new government. Our old government, old administrations, remember now they will say, we've taken out subsidy. Then 3 months later, we'll hear, but the subsidy is in another way. But in this case, we're saying, what you're saying, we trust that is what is going to happen. But yesterday when we were discussing it, you know, and we're talking about challenges that are happening, the challenge of this increase in price and the queues that we have right now. And I said, yes, I feel that an administration would take it in its stride, should take it in its stride. And so what I would expect is that they would have they'll put in place things that to mitigate it, to sort of sort it out so that it does not become widespread. So we've heard the president, I think we've heard the president say that this was not meant to be immediate. This is something that is in consultation with. Two, this is now the time to send out agents. I mentioned PPRA yesterday. They are the ones who regulate our pricing and, you know, go to these fuel stations. And I hear some governors, I think Kwara State, is stopping some fuel stations, insisting that some fuel stations open up and start selling to people. So that is where we'll now come in to make sure the agents are on ground. Governors are, you know, insisting that petroleum would be sold to Nigerians. Now it is. I hear the part of business people. And I even understand the part which is if I sell this at the current price, when I go back into the market, how much did I buy it for? We understand that, but that is where you sit down at the round table. So is it that they did not trust that there will be a sitting down with the federal government, you know, on how to go ahead? But I believe that this government, especially from the speech, says that this is not a time where they are going to just reel out decrees to us. You know, they are going to sit down and discuss and dialogue with us. This is going to be a partnership other than...
Let me take this call from Festus. Festus from K2, you're live.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for calling.
First time caller.
Welcome to the show.
You say it like
now,
I'm happy.
My contribution is, of course, half of the country had already been subsidized. They have already been subsidized. So by the time they're now selling it above the pump price, that means they are gaining from two ends. So, you know, what they are doing is totally wrong. If they are bringing in new consignment, that one we can understand. But whatever is on hand now had already been subsidized by the previous government. So they are only cheating on Nigerians. Thank you.
Thank you, Festus.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.